Coming up to the stage, if you've been in blockchain for a while, this guy probably needs no introduction. I've been in blockchain since 2010, and man, not long after that did I meet Xavier Hawk. Xavier Hawk is here to talk about Phieron, the lifestyle business for the 21st century. Everybody, Xavier Hawk.
So just quickly, a show of hands, who here has a sticker for PayPal on any of their accoutrements? Nobody? Anybody got an Apple sticker? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to make a point in a few moments, but my name is Xavier Hawk, and let me see if I'm doing this correctly. There we go. So I was in Bitcoin, like Jason said, pretty early on, and in 2014, I architected a currency called permacredits, which was a decentralized asset-backed, it was one of the first, in fact, decentralized asset-backed currency for regenerative agriculture, eco-housing, and clean power. I gave talks all around the world about it. It was one of the first inceptions of a decentralized asset-backed currency that was managed and governed by the people that were involved, so everybody owned it, right? So, and Bernard Liotard, the chief architect of the Euro, saw my talks. He joined my team because the way I looked and architected currencies, and we went and became the first people in the world to negotiate a blockchain currency for a nation. I want to tell you a little bit about Phieron. That's my background, and I'm going to go quick because this thing's going quick. So Phieron is the global lifestyle corporation of the future. Something that sets us off different from the rest of the stuff that's going on in the market is that we're going straight to people's lifestyles, forgetting the payments gateways, forgetting all of these different things. That's why I asked about Apple, because they're really selling lifestyle. They're not selling just a product. So we're going to do a couple different, we're going to take two very simple concepts that everybody's familiar with. In-game tokens, you spend $4.99 on 120 or 130 in-game tokens that unlock features of the game, right? And we also talk about cooperative buyers club. In the United States, there's a place called Costco. You join, you become a member, you get discounted prices to various goods and services. So we take those two concepts, marry them together with the idea of like a gift card, and you have an internal token, an internal economic token, but we take it to the next level. We purchase houses, we purchase mid-range dwellings, mixed-use dwellings. We provide people an opportunity to live and work and play in environments that are the 21st century. They have food growing in the facilities. They have power generated on the facilities. There are cultural events in the facilities. And there's also all kinds of restaurants and all kinds of vendors that they can access. So we take it to the next level and bring, like I said, the rent and utilities, goods and services, and discounts to a growing global network. And the way we do that is a pretty unique way. But ultimately, we're redefining the lifestyle for today's global citizen. They get to vote. We've heard a lot about self-governance. Well, we have a self-governance app as well, and it's something that's a social self-governance app where people actually, they do all of the things that they're used to doing, snapping, swiping, commenting, liking, but they get paid for it. Instead of sharing profits, we give them actual payments, micropayments, for their involvement in their cooperation and their vision. So, as the company grows and we buy more real estate and we buy more investments in different products, they get to invest, they get to talk about them, they get to contribute to the vision, and ultimately they get to benefit from it. So we incentivize the network growth. Something that Bitcoin and all of these other cryptocurrencies can't do is incentivize people to go and build the vendor network. People have to do it because of their own self-interest. But if you're getting paid to go build people's, incorporate new vendors onto the network, you're going to go and do that, and the network effect is going to grow a lot more rapidly. So the gamification of career, so we're talking about the in-game tokens, right? Well, we take the whole corporate architecture of a cooperative corporation and make it so that everybody can join in, and then they have an advancement track where they can increase their salaries, increase their careers, and ultimately make choices in their own lives and be self-empowered. And if you take that and call it something like a universal basic income, all of a sudden, it solves some of the problems that we're going to be facing in the 21st century, such as AI, robotics, and 3D printing, getting rid of all of the manufacturing jobs pretty much in the world. So you're going to have a population of people who are going to need a way to make a living, to need a way to feed their children, and the way they do that is by contributing their voice. Welcome to the earth, tell us what you want, let's make it happen together. So we gamify the real world corporate environment. And again, like I said, we have micropayments for contributing to the vision, and we do transaction fees. So there are a number of ways in which we actually generate revenue. Obviously, we generate revenue off of the rent and the utilities. Secondly, we generate revenue on the appreciating assets that are the real estate class, that are the real estate places. And then by putting all of the housing and the growing and the energy production, we increase the value of the assets there and in the surrounding areas. Furthermore, we've got the transaction fees. Everything that goes on in the network, that we are growing the network with everybody onboarding new vendors and having the rent and transaction fees, that's another big revenue source. Finally, we have what are called Phieron initiatives, where members in the corporation get to say, hey, we think this should be the project. We want to purchase 100 metric tons of gold and have it back the currency. We want to buy a bunch of land in Sudan and grow vegetables or whatever it is. And they pitch it to the community, and the community of like-minded individuals say yes or no, and then it goes forward or it doesn't. But we get 10% as a company of all of that revenue that's generated by those different initiatives. So what ends up happening is we have the opportunity to really capitalize on everybody's work and investments. So finally, this is not a hedge. I'm going to give you something to look at. This is the app, what it looks like, a little bit the voting on the right-hand side. And this is our roadmap. I'm not really going to go through it because time's up, but I am going to say that we're not here to usurp the position of the dollar. We're not here to replace governments. This is a black swan investment in one of the most volatile and uncertain markets in the world with an unlimited upside. This is literally Apple in 1984. Thank you very much. My name is Xavier Hawk, and that was Phieron.